Hey everybody, it's Anna J. Walner with the Author Library, and today I have a very special panel of guests, if you can't tell. Not only do I have the illustrious Kathrin Hudson back with me today, but I also have a special panel of book talkers. This is the BookTok Takeover, the first ever BookTok Takeover event that we are hosting. And we have, if you guys want to go around and introduce yourself, book talkers, that would be amazing, so people can get to know you and what your favorite genres are, and maybe even what your current read is.
All right, I'm Ryan. I am Sergeant Books on BookTok. I read almost anything. I mainly read like fantasy, horror, dystopian, sci-fi. Currently, I am reading a couple different books. The fifth season by N.K. Jemisin. I'm reading physical copy. I just started The Witching Vault by Kate Hudson.
Oh.
Yes. What is another one? Oh, Compulsive. She's an author on TikTok. I can't remember her name exactly either, but I am reading that one as well. So a couple different genres there: dystopian, fantasy, and contemporary romance.
Well, hey everybody, I'm Dina. I'm Over the Livre on TikTok. I love sci-fi, fantasy, YA, and romance are probably where I mainly stick, but I've also done some thrillers and things like that. Currently, I've gotten myself into a lot of arcs, but enjoying that. Other than that, I'm currently reading Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo, and I'm hoping to get started with probably Punk 57 soon by Penelope Douglas. I love to do audiobooks, ebooks, and physical copies. And I also usually am reading 3 to 4 books at a time. So.
Hi, I'm Desiree. I'm Desireka on TikTok, BookTok. I am mostly just a fantasy reader, fiction, YA. I love them all. My main is dystopian and fairy tale retellings. Currently reading Bits and Pieces by Dawn Hosmer and A Storm of Silver and Ash. I always forget all the different storms of. Yeah, I read a lot, but I have 3 kids, so sometimes it becomes audiobook and then I guess blended to physical book somehow. And so.
I feel that 100%.
Yeah, me too.
So I have a question, and I'm going to go ahead and put mine on because I see that Desiree has hers on. Number one, how long can you wear this before it starts hurting your head? Because it. And where did it start? Where did the whole crown thing start?
I started wearing mine because there's this TikToker called Mama Kelly, and she's just this wonderful hot mess of like what real mom life is like, and living in Texas. And we just also put on a crown on top of it all. And I love that. It's such a confidence booster. It kind of makes you just feel good about yourself, even if you are wearing sweats and baby sweat all over your shoulder. And how long? I accidentally wore this to the car drop-off line at school.
Nice.
Yes.
That was fun.
Serious confidence booster right there.
Oh yeah. One of my tiaras hurts more than others. My full crown, which I was trying to show, but it won't show it on my head because of my background. This one doesn't hurt at all. So I actually really love wearing my full crown because it
depends on the one that you have and how it fits on your head. So
I'll stretch them out a little bit too. I mean, it's metal, so you kind of yank on them. But you were wearing crowns before I was wearing crowns, Desiree. So all of a sudden it became people were like, why don't you have a crown? And then all of a sudden one showed up on my doorstep.
I remember that video. And you were my first book fairy, crown fairy that I crown fairied, Desiree.
Yeah. This is the big mama because it is the biggest one I have.
I had no idea. Okay. I had no idea what I was buying. I just knew that I wanted something nice. And you were the first person I had ever seen wearing crowns. So I knew that I had to step up my game in order to crown fairy you. And so I just didn't know how big it was going to be.
Biggest one I ever got. But I love it. So thank you, Anna. That was the best ever. You were the first one I cried when I opened it. So
I'm really digging your police box in the background, Desiree. I didn't see it until you turned around, and I was like, oh, I love it.
It's up, and it was meant just to hold the TBR, and then it just kept exponentially growing.
Do the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see all the books piled in there, but hey, Google, it's bigger on the inside.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Timey-wimey.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice. Nice.
I'm a little jealous of that. That's awesome.
That's really cool.
It is really cool. I bought myself a Dalek little action figure, and it made noises and had like set the lines. And I kept that on my desk for a long time before we moved. I have no idea where it is now. That's as far as I could go. I'm impressed with the police box.
I've got one on my arm.
Oh,
You do.
you might win.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Awesome. Oh.
So tell everybody a little bit about BookTok in general. I mean, besides being absolutely amazing, an amazing community, how do you pick what books you read and what books you do? Do you take recommendations off of other people's For You pages, or, I mean, kind of explain a little bit to those of us who really aren't into the BookTok community.
So I think I was on TikTok and saw just, puppy videos and all that good stuff. And I think I started seeing some Sarah J. Maas ones because, of course, I love her books. And then from there, it kind of just trickled into more and more popular books. And then it became more and more, indie, everything else completely BookTok. So it just kind of slowly picked up. And then, of course, when you love books and you see all these other books, all you can do is talk about them. And it's so fun to have people to talk about books that you enjoy so much, and just having such a wide variety of books to talk about.
I think too, this last year, that to have a community to talk about books, very similar to Ryan, I was watching puppy videos. And then all of a sudden, Sarah J. Maas books popped up, and loved the Throne of Glass series, and was just getting started into A Court of Thorns and Roses and things. And so it was like, ooh, these people are speaking my language. I want more of this. And then it became that pretty much all of my For You page is BookTok related, is TBRs, it's funny skits being acted out from books, it's all kinds of things. It's book fairy moments. It's a book fairy, a person who surprises another person with a book off of their Amazon wish list, which is a huge component of BookTok. Sharing.
Gonna ask you to elaborate on some of the terms that you'll find on BookTok that are specific to BookTok, just like the crowns.
Yep. So book fairy, a person who surprises another person with a book off their Amazon wish list. And it's meant to be a surprise. It's freely given. It's a part of our sharing that we do. We want to share the love of reading with each other. And so, you might one day all of a sudden have a whole bunch of packages on your doorstep, and you never, you're like,
this is not mine.
what's on here? I didn't order anything. It could be a toaster. It might be a book. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or a crown. Yeah. Or a crown, or But yeah. So now it's just most of my stuff is I've started branching out a little bit more again though, just because if you're gonna try and make content, you kind of want to find content from other creators and other I've oh my goodness, I'm totally gonna start showing like my actual profession here, but I want to find stuff from other disciplines on TikTok that I could incorporate into BookTok and the videos that I create. So, but primarily, yeah, it's sharing books, talking about books, book reviews.
I joined because we got stuck in a cabin for most of the summer last year because of the fun Panini, and we just had like the internet to do stuff, and I found TikTok and I watched puppy videos, and I'm also a crocheter, so I found lots of people who created and followed them, and it was Alex Design, I think, Elise Klein. Do you all follow her? She does like a bunch of sewing stuff, but she also does a lot of books. And she did this thing on GS Prendergast's Zero Repeat Forever, and that just
yeah.
And then I every single. It's sad. I'm a mom of 3, and now my camera roll is not my kids. It's screenshots. Of
Yes.
Oh, my kids.
So true.
Yep.
What was that? And I'll screenshot it so that I can just put it on my cart or look for it somewhere, or like look more into it or something. But yeah. And then I think Joni at Read to Escape. She was
I wanted her to come on so bad. I love her. I absolutely love her.
She's a pillar. I don't think she realizes she's a pillar in the community, but she's a complete pillar in the community. Just a light. For each. I think she was kind of one of those first people for a lot of us as well, and she's lovely.
She just goes out of her way. I think because I only had 50 followers, and she was like, "Oh, you look like you're on BookTok. I'm going to book fairy you and welcome you to the thing." And I was like,
"Yes."
My first ever. I was like, "What?"
Yep.
What is book fairy? And
yeah,
it's my favorite thing to do.
I want to be like, who's been book fairied by Joni? she gives what she gets though too. I mean, she gets gifted a lot, and she loves giving. She's lovely.
She does a program every Monday called Follow for Books, where she does as long as you follow a book talker that's under a certain amount, or someone that she designates, and she puts you into a drawing, and she will book fairy you from your Amazon wish list. So wish list, because I could talk. So does anybody want to explain what the Amazon wish list thing is about? Like, what the deal is with that?
It's probably one of the easiest ways for us to give. I know there are a lot of thoughts about Amazon in general, and positives and negatives. But the reality is people can add really easily. Your address is hidden. So you can have a whole list of all the books that you're interested in, and somebody can just go add to cart and send it your way. And it's not just in the US, it's not just in Canada. It goes far beyond that. I mean, I've sent books to people in Belgium, in the UK, in Australia, New Zealand. And that's another thing to say is BookTok is
global.
It is a global community of people. And it's the nice thing about Amazon is Amazon delivers a lot of places. And so you can share with a lot of people. The diversity is awesome.
You can also send emails, which is good too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kindle things, and that's just like instantaneous. And
oh yeah, through email. You just have the person's email, and there it is. Yeah.
And I like sometimes how it can be anonymous until they pull it out and you see that it's a gift, rather than asking, "Hey, can I have your address so I can send you something?"
Yeah.
You can, like, discreetly send it, then they get it, and you get like their actual like fun reaction when they do a video. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
A lot of viewers on TikTok and stuff, they're minors, and they might not, be allowed or comfortable or
point.
have their parents comfortable sending their address to strangers, you know?
Good.
Yeah.
That's just like, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
So yes, I want to thank all of you for in the beginning allowing me to have your address and believing that I was not a crazy person. Because yeah, let's just put this out there in the same way that independent authors, and Kathrin, I probably experienced this. I love your book, or your book looks so great, and I can't wait to read it. And then you kind of feel that build up to can I have an advanced reader copy of it? I know you've gotten that before.
Oh yes, I have.
Oh, for sure you have. I guarantee you have.
And I send them out. If people are asking me specifically for arcs of something that I know they enjoy, yes, of course, absolutely, have it. I thought you were going to say leading up to people asking for an author's address.
No, I know I
had to get a PO box when we lived in Vermont for that very reason. And then I did have a fan send me. It's hidden on my bookshelf right there, and I'm not gonna get up to get it because I'm wearing sweatpants. But I got a present from a reader, and he had carved a wooden dragon in his garage and sent it to me after reading my books, which was, it probably still is, one of the best reader gifts that I have received. And yes, asking for arcs is also a thing too. I thought you were going a completely different direction with that.
I thought you were going to go the direction of when people ask just for free books from authors. That's what I thought you were going to go for.
Yeah.
Which that happens very regularly from what I've been told.
Yeah.
I have never been book fairied. Please, no one do. That's not what I'm asking for. But Dina did make a very good video on that not very long ago about when someone hops into your DM book fairying and giving and sending out arcs are something that we do, because we want you to enjoy the book and we want to give something to you out of an altruistic gesture, but not to pressure anyone to book fairy you or to, ask you for an arc as an indie author, because that's kind of what, you do get that a lot.
Yeah, I think so. I made that video after a good friend of mine who's an author. She's on TikTok, had received a DM that was exactly that.
Yeah.
And I've received them too. And I get it, but it's hard because I do love the real concept of book fairy, that it is a surprise, that it is a gift freely given, not requested.
Yeah.
And I know we're a giving community, and I think a lot of us try to give when we can. I have to budget for it.
Yes.
It's just a reality. I've got a family I've got to take care of too. And so I made that video just to bring some awareness that, maybe build relationships, maybe
Enter giveaways.
Maybe find your little community.
Away gives.
Right, away gives.
That's right.
Yeah. Away gives.
Away gives.
Yeah, that was Krista. Krista came up with that, didn't she? Yeah.
I love that.
But yeah, it's fun to just give, because there are certain people where just in that moment I'm like, I want to give you a book.
Yeah.
Or certain people who, if I know it's their birthday, I will buy them a book. I know I've gifted both of you guys books. You guys have both gifted me books. So it depends on the person. And I've had people in the comments like, hey, buy me a book. Build, like Dina said, build relationships, have relationships with people, build friendships, enjoy specific books with people. And people will gladly do that because we want to, because we see you, we enjoy you, and we're like, you know what, I want to give you something because you're amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or a lot of it too is there's some people that I have gifted who don't ever post any content, but they are always in my comments saying something to me, or, you know, just encouraging me or being nice. So I give them books too, because, you know, they may not always post something, but they've always been there and always been nice and always been supportive. So why not?
Yeah, and they're a part of your life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like it's a part of our life. And so having those people who are supportive, who are, you know, always in our comments. I mean, I have the people where I'm like, there you are. There you are. I see you. I see you every time. And you're awesome. And yeah, I love those.
That's fun. It's really fun for me, who, like, I have barely even stepped into the BookTok world, but hearing about this, and I had no idea about this, is super fantastic and makes me really excited for diving in more just for that community. I feel like there is at least in my life, a lack of outlets where I can geek out about books with other people. And yes, I know you all know what I'm talking about. I see your faces and I'm going, I should have known this existed a long time ago, because, and it's exactly right that building relationships first. I have friendships that they didn't start online, but that have existed for years based solely on having met and talked about one book that we love, and then, you know, bam. And also, again, like, I'm sure everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about. Hearing about this as a completely different kind of community that I didn't know existed makes me really excited. I love it. Thank you. And I have been thinking about a question to pose to you guys, unless anyone else has something more to say. I want to
go for it.
Excellent, excellent. My mind is spinning. Within BookTok, do you see a lot of content from authors who are doing stuff with their own books, with their own sort of like marketing, and or how much of that is split up with, you know, authors being on and posting content for their stuff and for other things? I could geek out all day. Yeah, everyone else is too.
Some of the authors that we follow, that I follow personally, the majority of their content is their own books, because they're trying to get it out there. They're talking about it, and I don't mind it at all.
Yeah.
I love following people and seeing what books they have, and reading their books, because I have so many books from people that I've just met on TikTok. Anna's one of them. There's several. I have one of yours. So it's just, I love it. I love seeing it, because I think there's a point where it gets so mainstream with all these really popular authors that I want something different. I want something from somebody smaller. And I love seeing all of that. That's me personally.
I love seeing a lot of the ones that I follow will also post like their creative process, or it's more like writer talk, and they're talking about like the struggles they're having, or they're trying to get so many words in, or asking just feedback from us as readers, like, what do you guys think if I did this? Does this sound like something or whatever? I love that, because it, like, not that authors aren't human. It humanizes it, you know. It takes, like, it's not just a physical book. There was a person. This is their baby. This is the thing they poured their heart and soul into, and they struggle with certain things. And, you know, I mean, we all should understand that. So I love that too.
I by the way, based on Desiree's email, I've rewritten some things that you pointed out. Thank you for that. So having that blunt honesty, I love it, because I feel like this is, you know, these are the people that if you're expecting something or it hits you a different way than what you originally thought it would, then that's something that I didn't see when I was in the process of writing. So I take that feedback and I have rewritten I have rewritten, Desiree. I hope I do it justice. Thank you.
It's fun to see. So it is a lot of promoting their own content, like Ryan was saying. It's interesting to see how they choose to promote it. Some people will do it with different sounds. Some people will do it with images. It is always fun to see too. I know, Anna, you and I have talked about this before, like just giving some of that human aspect of who you are and joining some of the trends. I love that one mask video that we did. That was great. Oh, yeah. It was so great. But yeah, I
to be goofy.
To be goofy, to show who you are.
It's okay.
And it's okay. And then to also just the fact that authors are starting to talk about their process. Are you a pantser? Are you a plotter? Are you, and give some of the feedback and information about some of this as somebody who does write, but has never felt confident enough to like really pursue writing my stories. To have authors start talking about it, I actually am now. And so I think that's the thing that it's pretty powerful what they're doing. And in general, I think that's one thing that BookTok does too. I mean, the number of people who will start off just watching videos and then say, I finally got the confidence to. That is powerful. I did the same thing, watching Ryan.
Yeah, and it's watching other people do different things. I had a woman comment the other day that, I gave her the confidence to be able to start posting. I'm like, I don't feel like I do anything special. I just get on there and talk. I just do goofy things. It's just the way that I am. I don't, but it's fun to see things like that. It's fun to hear things like that.
But just like every author has their own voice, every book talker has their own personality and their own unique way of doing their videos. So like Desiree, I know that at some point I'm going to see something about the doctor or something about some update on the birds. So you bring us into your personal life as well as into the world of books. You share with us, your crocheting, and so that's amazing. Ryan, you always make me laugh, like in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And then Dina is just, the reaction videos and the blooper videos and you pretty much cover every possible aspect of BookTok. That's why her husband is so sweet, Ryan. He actually put on there like he made a whole video for you, girl.
It was Dina.
He did. What did it say? It was like, my wife is
talk about couples goals, man.
I don't know. Yeah, there's been some weird, like he also did that one video where I was making a TikTok in the car and he's like filming me and he's like a book talker in her natural habitat.
But yeah, I will have to say, and I don't know if you guys will agree with me, but just to let Kathrin know, BookTok is a little more freeform and a little less, I want to say, not professional, but it's a little more unguarded. You can just kind of be yourself and be a little more goofy and unguarded than say on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, where things have to be, kind of professionally put out there a little more so.
I think it kind of depends. I think there are aspects of BookTok that get very professional in their reviews, that have a real layout for what they talk about.
Sure.
I can't speak for, I would rather just talk about how I felt. I rate books more on how I felt and how long the book stays with me than on the technical aspects of it. If it made me feel good, if it's sticking in my brain, it's a good book. And so for me, it's like, 1 minute. I don't need 3 minutes to do a review. I'd rather do it in less than a minute and tell you like exactly why this book is fabulous. Go read it. but there's other people who will actually be like, the character development.
Yeah.
And I get that. But there is also, I think there are sections of BookTok that are a little bit more regimented, and then there's us. I don't want to speak. I don't want to. Oh, you guys are right here, so I'm like pointing at Desiree and Ryan.
On my screen, at least.
Is it that way on your screen?
It's plenty of me on my screen. You're next to me. That's
Everybody's
fine.
up there.
Oh, everybody's up there.
Everybody's screen is different, I think.
So, but yeah, I think it is. I think we've kind of tried, at least for me, be yourself. Be what you love. Read what you love, and I hope that that's kind of what people hear from us, at least. I mean, both of you are so great with, just loving people for who they are, I think, and what they love to read, and this is us. It's
What I like about BookTok is that there is so many of us that you can start to learn who has the same kind of tastes that you do. So that like if somebody doesn't like a certain book that you love, you're like, oh, okay, maybe then if they ranked it low, maybe I would really like it or something.
Right.
Oh, that's so true.
Right.
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 That's not, Ryan's taste, but I know it's mine. Okay. If you didn't like it, I will love it.
Yeah.
Or opposite, whatever. But like,
Or
I love
opposite,
that
yeah.
because, and I feel bad when people don't want to actually be honest, and like that's a big thing. I love when people are genuine, because that's the whole point. I mean, to be organic and to be you and to be exactly what it is, and not like just to sugarcoat it to make everything wonderful. These books make us angry, and that can be a good book too. Like that's a book that stays with you. Like it was meant to make you feel that way,
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't understand that, or if they don't like something, they don't have to be mean, but they can be honest. Like this is not something I didn't like, but maybe someone out there does, and you saying that would help. I love that part.
Yeah.
Generationally too, there's an effect to how things are going. So some of the younger, Anna, you're laughing, because kind of what I'm talking about
over here.
Yeah, when we think of kind of that younger generation of TikTok, I know those videos where it's like, to the older generation on TikTok.
Oh, geez.
It's like, what the flip? But I do think for the younger generation of book talkers, they can be a little bit more regimented. They can be a little bit more set in their ways. They're still trying to figure out who they are and what's cool for them and what works. And whereas for the three of us, I think we're a little bit more like, we have no idea what we're doing.
Cool with that.
Do we all have children? Is that everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. That's why. With the territory of being a mother, like I don't know. I'm gonna stop trying to be perfect, which that's what I prefer. That's always been my jam. Like,
oh yeah,
stop trying a long time ago. So yeah.
And I always find that the videos that you don't spend, like the videos that you spend 5 minutes trying to do, are your best ones. Like you can plot this whole video out and make this really cool video, and it could take you like 2 hours to get everything right, and like 5 people see it. And then you do one where you're like, this book was awesome, and it gets 750 views in like 12 hours.
Or you've got the Donnie Darko mask on. And
exactly. That's so true. There's some videos where it's like, I feel like I just like totally like word vomited, just, and then it's like,
people love it.
Yeah. What the flip is going on? Like I said, it's that whole, wow, I found people who love my brand of weird.
Yes. I think that's really important just in general. I think especially on social media and when everyone is so physically separated, especially right now, like the brand of weird is what makes us people, us humans. There's always someone else out there who is into the same weird stuff, which is a relief and can also be scary sometimes.
And the same weird books, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the same weird everything. Like, I don't need to go into any details, but it does exist. There's always a group for that. I love hearing about this. I'm getting pretty excited.
I think spicy book talk
Yeah.
probably really feels that.
Yeah.
Especially like the real dark, spicy book talk folks. Which okay. I'm included. Yeah.
I think all three of us have read Katie Roberts' Desperate Measures series. That's where you're getting in.
That's there.
Hey, are we reverse harems here too, or no?
The Vipers.
Yeah,
I've read some.
Madison Katie. Or the one that's probably most talked about, Den of Vipers.
Den of Vipers.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You haven't yet?
No, I read the only one that I've really read is the Mary Gentry series.
Oh, yeah.
So that's it's Faye.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked it.
Yep.
Faye. Thumbs up for me. Ryan, you'll see that soon when you keep reading.
I'm only in the beginning, so far your characters are so fun.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Fun.
I'm so glad. They're fun for me too.
Yeah, I know. I think that both Desiree and Dina will really enjoy your book. I'm very much enjoying it. It's just I have no ideas to where it's going, which is one of my favorite things. So there's one part that obviously I knew was going to happen. It's foreshadowed. It's real easy. It's right in your face.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of where it's going, I have no idea. But it's a unique little world, and I'm getting bits and pieces, and I really like it. It's
fantastic. Fun. Thank you. I love hearing. I love hearing that. Talk about my books, anyone else's books, all day long. You guys get that, talking about books. I am really excited about it.
You are totally gonna make a book talk account now, aren't you? Like you're.
She has one.
Yeah. So I have an account on TikTok. I've made I don't know 4 or 5 videos maybe. I don't count them. This was last year, and I was trying to do. She got there. All right. It's I don't even know what it is. I think it's Exquisitely Dark.
Yes, yes, Exquisitely Dark.
Okay, excellent. That's my handle, everything. Thank you. No, I made videos last year, and one was about like I have to go work out in my basement in the middle of a writing day. That's my full-time job is writing, and I have to get up. So I made a gross video of me being sweaty, and then I made a ridiculous. Did you find me?
You're going to get 3 right now. 3 notifications because I can see what they're doing.
And I
follower number 13.
You what? See, exactly. Follow number 13. Hey, good job. That is particularly special.
I'm gonna take that.
It's awesome, and I will hop back on that as well. But I have a really hard time with editing anything, so videos. I'm like I don't know what I'm doing, trying to figure it out. Making images, I can do it. It takes me forever, and so after a couple of days, I was like, I'm spending way more time than I have to, and it's really good to hear that just the organic. This is who I am. This is what's going on. Is a big thing in TikTok. I think it's the only things that I've really seen like come through my feed, my screen, my page, are the videos that people spend a lot of time on, and you can tell. And I just can't do that.
It feels intimidating.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I enjoy them, and I know that I would never be able to do anything like that. Well, I could try my best. But no, I really love hearing that, especially, that it's in every realm of TikTok, even BookTok. There are people who like really regiment their content, and make it crazy special. Yeah, like I had just searched through the BookTok hashtag, and most of the videos were like very much the same over and over and over. And I really appreciate hearing that there's a lot more than just, you know, searching a hashtag and getting into that. So I'm gonna have to do some diving. I'm going to officially asking everybody, you guys want to be my guides? Give me some recommendations, take me through. I guess.
You know, and the posting is a journey. That's how I'm gonna say it. I mean, so Ryan, you still have your videos from when you first started, right?
Yeah.
I have mine are up too. So I mean, if you go and look at, yours are up too? Yes. If you go and look at when we first started to the videos we're making now,
big difference.
You can just see the confidence in you posting.
Oh,
because at first you're
like,
like timid and you want to do a good job and you're like, oh, people like my stuff. And then later now you're just like, hey, what's up? Yeah, I like my stuff. I don't care. I'm posting about this book.
I think one of my first posts is like, I really want to talk about books with people because I'm reading a lot of books right now. Will you talk to me about books? And then I don't know, what did I just do? I don't know what my last video was. It might have been a blind react.
I think it was the blind react.
Is it the blind react to the man whose bra drops and he grabs his chest?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Yeah. The Marilyn Monroe.
No, it's not. It's the man who does the one-armed push-ups and does one really slow.
Oh, okay.
And then there's another one that's really slow. But the man with the bra is a recent one.
It's in there.
And we've all done like collaboration videos together. Like
That's
together.
another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love collab videos.
Yeah.
I love
Y'all, if you send them to, I mean, if you want me on it, but I don't always.
I always want you on it.
Well, I don't always catch them. So like message them to me and be like, bitch, get on this.
I'll tag you. It's been a while since I've done one.
I think Dina's tagged me in some, and then I don't know if Desiree did or not, or if I just saw it and decided to do it anyways. I don't remember, but
yeah, some of those. We had that one. Oh, what was it? It was Ants. Was that what it was? Or Bug's Life? What was it where you were the light?
Yeah,
that was a Bug's Life. Yeah.
That was a Bug's Life. Yeah, and I was the person who couldn't do my lines because I kept.
I was the boom mic. Yeah.
Yeah, you were the boom mic. That's
but I used a lamp because I didn't have anything else.
It was so great. So it's not book related, but it's book friends.
Right. Doing fun things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun things. I think so the blind reacts are a thing on BookTok. I think that in particular started from the romance authors doing blind reacts to
hot guys.
Yeah, really hot guys. So I got into that because I was reading romance books, and then all of a sudden people were like, I want to see what you think. And I'm like, don't watch it first. I want you to blind react. And I'm like, okay. What am I getting into?
I have already learned not to open TikTok in front of my 4-year-old. So
yeah.
I did it once, and it was the one video a friend sent me that I was like, okay, not doing this again. So like, blind reacts are fun. It does sound like fun. I have seen them. I've watched them, and it includes getting space away from children.
So, but when do you guys find time to do your for book talkers, just you guys? Number one, when do you find time to do your videos? Do you just whenever you have the opportunity to do it, whenever, wherever?
Yeah, pretty much.
I am.
if there is like a 5-minute stretch where I know my kids can be quiet, I'm not gonna say they will be,
Or
where
taking
they
a nap.
can be quiet, and I know they're not drawing on the walls or something, I will try to do it.
I am an 11 o'clock at nighter.
Yeah, you are. You are. Yours come out late.
Yep.
Mine come out late, and sometimes you might catch one like at my lunch hour when I'm at work. It's my lunch. You can do with your lunch what you will, right?
Yeah.
And those are usually really quick ones, like, oh, okay, I can do this really quick and be done. But yeah, most of mine are late at night once everybody's gone to bed.
Same here. If I can find, I'm like, oh, it's quiet. Where's my phone? Let's make it.
Do something feels productive. Well,
That's why most of my videos are just real quick ones
right.
about random stuff, because it's like, I don't have the time to prep all this and do all this. And some people are like, post their videos every single day at the exact same time. They're like, every other day is a book review, or I don't know, some people are real strict about what they do. And I'm just like, this sounds fun today. Let's do this. So.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure with like building up even an inconsistent consistency, you guys still have, people that are always on your comments. They see your stuff whenever it happens to come out. Like, oh, that's it. Awesome. Like, not needing a set schedule like all the time, which I feel like is unrealistic for 99.9% of people, even though like more than that still do good, super consistent scheduling. I had a question in there and it totally left my brain. So I'm sorry.
So
if it pops back in, say it.
All right.
What?
Oh, I said if it pops back in, say it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you have the For You page and you have the following. I follow so many people, and I'll occasionally go through the following just so I can see if I can see sounds. But for the most part, I try to stick to my following because I want to see those people. I follow them for a reason. It's all books, or mostly books. There may be a few other things inside there, just like crafts or something, a dog or something. But for the most part, it's books, and that's the stuff that I like to follow. And I think a lot of BookTok is that way, because we want to see books from each other. So it's not like, the For You page can be mostly something, but it's still going to throw other things in there at you to see what you like. But I like to do my following because, it just makes it easier to see all the book stuff that I really like.
I will say I usually go to the following too, and then can see some random people's stuff. I am following almost 7,000 people. And
this is a good point.
It's just impossible. I actually went through a period of time where I felt bad about following that many people, and I still feel bad. I don't go to Ryan's page as much as I'd like to. Des, I don't go to your page as much as I'd like to. I try, and it's just hard. Time wise, wanting to read, wanting to make videos, doing my actual job, maybe
having kids,
having another kid that's an adult, my husband. Ryan, I love you. You're wonderful. My husband's name is Ryan, so
not me,
not this Ryan. But yeah, so I mean, it just kind of gets to that point of where, so I try to be diligent about, oh my goodness, it's been a while since I've been over to see Ryan. I'm going to go see Ryan, or I'm going to go see Desiree, or I'm going to go, over to, Blonde Book Babe, Ariana, she's great for spicy, but then I also have, like I said, some other people I follow, Sandstorm Trooper, because her dancing is just fab. She's one who does like professional type videos. She does stuff in front of a green screen. But she's so down to earth. She's awesome. I talked to her on Instagram.
LOL.
But so you try and just do the best you can, especially when you are following. I mean, even for you, Ryan, with you're following what, 3,000, 4,000 people?
Now I'm not following near as many as that, but still it's a few thousand people.
It's a few
So
thousand.
it's a few thousand people. So there's a lot out there, and it's hard because when you start liking people's videos, that's what you see the most.
Mm-hmm.
So there may be that one person that you follow that doesn't really post much, but you have to like really search. So sometimes I'll even go into my comments and be like, I haven't seen that person in a while, and go like see what videos they posted and stuff. And you can see it too when people like your videos, because they'll like 7 of your videos in a row. You're like, I haven't seen you in a while. That's
Hey,
why.
there you are. There you are. Good to see you. I love that too. And I hope people know, like, when they all of a sudden show up again, I'm like, yes, it's like an old, really good friend that, you know, isn't old, but I mean, you haven't seen them for a few weeks. And now all of a sudden here they are. And it's like catching up. I love it. Now I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I would feel bad in the beginning. Like I would try to follow everybody back. And then I tried to make it like if how many people were following me, I tried to follow back, unless they didn't have any content or it was something that wasn't really something I would be watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the newer people you follow, that gets put on your following page first.
Yeah.
And their videos. Sometimes I'm scrolling through it and then I'll see something from Ryan or from Dina and it's like from weeks back. And it's the first time I've seen it. And I'm like, oh,
yeah.
And then to remember and then go in the search and just put it in their Sergeant books, like what was she doing today? I didn't see her.
I actually have that in my search. It's kind of funny because it keeps a little bit of a memory. So I've got, you go and look at my thing and it's got you, all of you are in it. Sorry, Kat, you're new to me, you're not in it yet, but will be.
I'm not offended. I will be if I'm not in there in like a week, right?
A week. Tomorrow.
Right, 5 minutes from now.
That makes it easier because I can just click on the name and go there. That's kind of how I've been doing it so that I can get back to people. Is I've got that little history that I go to, so I get to those people that I.
So this brings me to a question that both Kathrin and I would find useful for you guys to answer. What is it that you would like to see from authors? What would you like to see us post or post more of?
Mm-hmm.
I think, so for me, I love like the aesthetic videos.
Okay.
So like an aesthetic video of your book or one of your books. I think that would be really cool. And because when I read it, I will probably put one out because I have one in mind for Arcane and putting stuff together for that. So I love the aesthetic videos and like to see, because I know what I think of when I read it, but I'm always curious what the author thinks of when they are writing it, because I know it's not going to be the same. And I know it's up for interpretation. That's why we love to read, but I still love to see what the author thinks. Because when I haven't, like I'm reading The Witching Vault, like I don't know if you've ever seen the, what is that? The Wizard's Apprentice or something like that. There's a movie that came out a few years ago, The Magician's Apprentice, I think it was.
Okay.
Like a big walks into this room and like I just picture that as like the vault.
Yeah.
At the, at the bank, and like I just picture different things. So I'm always curious what authors picture when they write something.
Cool. And so an aesthetic video is, I'm assuming, music if you want to add it, and just like a slideshow of pictures, or what, like that is okay. I'm just guessing. So good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's like it's a flashing collage.
Okay.
I cannot make them. I have tried to make them for books. It takes, I think, too much. I can't find the picture I want. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm going to leave that for a Blonde Book Babe. She does awesome at it. I'm going to leave that for, I'm going to leave that for this person. They do awesome at it.
Yeah.
But if an author can put it together, I would love to see what you would put yours as.
Cool.
Because of an aesthetic. It was like a movie trailer to me. I love that.
Yeah.
Tease of what it was. Yeah, it was this one. Like I just bought it. It just came yesterday because I was like, oh, I love that. That sounds
right.
good. Like, all these pictures.
Yeah.
Right.
But it reads as well as it images.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
The
it's showing
aesthetics.
yeah,
can
and it's
do that.
too, but I kind of also like just knowing more about the authors, like their own process of what they, I mean, I know sometimes writing is just, because I had this idea and this thought, but sometimes there's a deeper connection or there's something more to it that the authors like, you know, put into and what their thought process was behind certain things. Like, I love that too. So when it's like when the authors are talking about their own, like why we did this or what spurred this character's, you know, development or what you came up with. I love that too.
Yeah.
Like behind the book.
Yeah. It is like a behind the book.
Yeah.
Where did it come from and some of that type of stuff. Yeah.
I'm getting so many good ideas. This is great. This is really good. Oh my gosh. Oh, I was gonna say, Tina, you said you had a hard time finding images for doing aesthetics. Have you looked through Pinterest?
I have, but it's been
that?
a while. Yeah, that would probably be one of the fastest places to, I feel like, to look.
Yeah.
And I just,
I mean, no
yeah.
pressure. I'm not telling you what to do. I was just
Oh
like,
no, I mean,
I'll
I'll take any, you know, suggestion I can get if I, you know, but yeah, it just hasn't been one of my things because I think maybe it's too, I'll put it out there. The anxiety of finding the pictures I want and then putting it together. When we think about like doing a video in 5 minutes, to me, I sit there and I'm like, wow, I could spend an hour on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And so that's why I end up, you know, oh, this person sent me a blind react, I'll do that. Oh, this quick weird goofy skit that reminds me of such and such book. I have things rolling through my brain. Somebody the other day asked me, it was Glassamer who actually, she sent me a text and she was like, hey, so where do you get your sounds from? And how do you decide what sounds you want to use? And I'm like, it's the weirdness of my brain.
Yeah.
I'm going into patient rooms at work and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that would make a great sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go and Anna, you know what I do for a living. So I'm getting ready for like a serious conversation here. And it's like, oh yeah, write that down. Okay, now back to business.
Oh my God, this is awesome. So yeah, so this is perfect because this is exactly, you know, people don't really quite understand everything about BookTok and or some things about BookTok. So are there any other things that before we wrap up that you guys just want to kind of touch on that we haven't that are important to you as a book talker?
You know,
Other than
I'm gonna go for it, Anna.
No judgment.
No drama, August.
No drama, August, please.
I'm gonna just say it because, you know, I love this community. I love what we do. I love how giving we are. I love the positive energy that we see most of the time. But there is that reality that there is a lot of judgment that also happens on BookTok. And there's gatekeeping that happens on BookTok. There's piracy that happens on BookTok.
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys named some other stuff, but for August, what a few of us have been promoting is this idea of no drama August. Can we just cut that shit out? Oh my goodness. Anna, am I okay to say shit on here? Yeah. Okay, let's just cut that shit out. And let's enjoy each other. Let's enjoy the books we're choosing to read. Let's make our fun videos. Let's see our TBRs. Let's do this and have fun with it. So yeah, that's the hashtag that's been going around right now. And with August just around the corner.
You know, it's just like, and Kathrin and I can both, you know, attest to this. It's, we understand that not everyone is going to love our books because we all have different tastes in men, music, clothes, food, books are no exception. But I am never going to slam you for picking a burrito over a burger. And you should never slam anybody for wanting to read smutty romance over wholesome, clean romance. That's just not okay.
Or how they read, or how much they consume, or how little they consume, or what they
Exactly.
don't buy. It gets very childish, I think, and I think it's coming from just a place of their own insecurities or jealousy.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
just put that out because it's safe, because it's the internet, you know, and people forget that there are people behind this, and what they choose to do with their own money is up to them. How they decide to consume any kind of literature is up to them. As long as you're reading, as long as you're enjoying and sharing that joy, that's the point, I would think. But yeah, people forget it.
And piracy is stealing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so Kat, you're a full-time author. That is your job. That is your profession. That's how you make your livelihood.
Yes.
When we read a pirated book, we're not supporting her. We're not
Right.
supporting. And that's,
Thank you.
You wouldn't walk into a restaurant and say, "Give me a burrito. I'm stealing the burrito." You know,
Some people try.
you
Yeah.
would pay for it.
Mhm.
You know, you're gonna pay. Hopefully, I hope you pay for your burritos. And don't just like duck out. I mean, there are people who do that, but that's pirating burritos.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't get the whole mentality of, I don't want to pay for it, so I'm going to pirate it because I don't support the author. But why are you reading it then?
Right. If this,
Like,
yeah.
what's the point of reading it? If I'm going to read something, I'm getting it from the library or I'm paying for it so that I know that that author is being paid for their work, because this is something I'm willingly consuming from a person who wrote it. Like, I don't get that whole thing.
It's always like, I'm a vegetarian and I don't agree with eating meat, but I'm going to eat this beefy thing right now.
Right. Right.
No.
Because it's
Exactly.
for free on said pirated website.
That's it right
Right.
now. I really, yeah, just free beef cross board. I really appreciate the passion behind all of your sentiment with this, because most of the time when I hear people complaining about pirating sites and free books, it's other authors. And for me personally, there's nothing I can do about it, right? And I tend to go along the same lines as Neil Gaiman did when he had thousands of copies of his books pirated, and he said, "Wow, that's," or hundreds of thousands, millions. He said, "That's hundreds of thousands of millions more people who are reading my work. Maybe they'll go out and buy something else. Maybe word of mouth. Maybe So there is nothing I can do about it, and I know that there are. I think, I can only assume there are so many more readers out there who are willing to pay for the books that they want to read and the books they love, and who are willing to support anyone who is creating something that they enjoy, and not out of obligation either, because we want to. I buy books myself because I want to, and I really appreciate hearing from readers as well, saying this is not something that is cool to do. Not that I ever assumed any of you were just like, whatever, free stuff. Like, I want to lend attention to that. So that was new for me. I only really have ever heard authors saying that. So
well, and I think on BookTok too, just recently I've seen a lot of people who have pointed out to authors that they know on there and have found their books on pirated websites or somewhere else. Like maybe Robert just put out Neon Gods and it was on Spotify. Somebody was like, "Hey, this is on Spotify." Somebody tagged her in the video, was like, is this supposed to be on here? And she did some digging, and yes, it was supposed to be on there. But then other people have found other authors' works on like Wattpad. I mean, like, "Hey, I found this on there for you." So like, BookTok has also helped authors be like, find some of their pirated stuff to get off of there. So
And that's
I've seen a
why-
lot of that too.
That's why I'm so hesitant and reticent to, if someone asks me, if they hop into my DMs and they say, "Hey, I would love to be on," because I did put out a call for ARCs, and Kat, that's a great, it's a great resource for people who want to be on your ARC reading team. because BookTok, enjoys taking part in that. But I have had people that say, I can only get Word documents. And I'm like,
Can't send
that's
those, sorry.
sketch. I'm not falling for that. Or I can only accept PDF. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that without a watermark that says copyrighted material. I'm not, So I would rather pay to send you the physical copy of my book than for you to take my Word document and it go. Yeah. I just don't feel safe doing that.
It's
Just
a
like
hassle nobody needs. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And building an art team, it's to me one of the most fun things I have ever done, because they are readers who.
Not until you've done it on BookTok. It is amazing.
Okay. Well, I've already been enjoying my art team for months, and they keep surprising me every single time. So I'm gonna have to try that BookTok too. But it's like a whole new other community of your people. Everybody's on, waiting for the next things that come out, and I love that. It's good to know. I would only imagine that people who are on BookTok to talk about how much they love books would also really love getting books first before anyone else.
It's dangerous though. I mean, before we got started, I was commenting that Ryan did that 9.
I took 9.
I took 9.
I took 9.
I took 9.
Oh gosh, I didn't get dates on a few of mine, and then all of a sudden they show up in my Kindle, and I'm like, uh-oh. I've been bogged down with arcs, and so I'm like, okay, no more arcs.
Right.
Just for right now, please. Let me. It's a beautiful thing, but you can get art happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have heard that happen.
Well, anything else before we wrap up that you guys have questions for Kat, or Kat, do you have any questions for the guys here? The ladies, the queens?
Yes. All of my questions have been answered. I was feeling very lost in the beginning of this conversation, but I feel much better now. We got rolling, and now I understand. And thank you so much, all of you, for your time and
thank you.
Explaining how things work. This has been fun.
I just have to comment on your hair.
Oh my gosh.
I absolutely love it. And I'm sitting here just thinking how jealous I am.
Oh.
And I'm sitting thinking, like, I could do that.
Yeah, you could.
You could pull it off.
I could pull it off. Yeah.
I think you could, yeah.
I absolutely love it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's how I felt when I saw people with hair like mine until I decided
until you had it, and you're like,
it's exactly what I wanted. Thank you.
Well, as I said, guys, everybody, make sure that if you are on TikTok, then make sure that you follow. I will have the handles that you see down below. Go follow everybody that is on the panel. Now, if you're not on BookTok, why not? Because it is amazing. And all of these wonderful queens, book queens, are awesome and fantastic. So super supportive. BookTok is an amazing community. Cannot stress that enough. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on more great upcoming content that we have coming. This BookTok takeover has been green-lighted to continue. So hopefully this becomes a thing. And and thank you guys all for participating. And thanks. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Yes.
And we'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
thank you.